Finally, I got Dr. Robotnik. So today we are going to be looking at the Sonic the Hedgehog bendable figures Dr. Eggman released by Jakks just recently this year, and he is available exclusively at Target for $10 in the United States. So the second wave figures, we got a reissue of Sonic from the first wave, and then we got Super Sonic, Metal Sonic, and of course the figure we're going to be reviewing, Dr. Eggman. So let's just open this figure up and we'll have a closer look at him. So the accessory he comes with is a E102 Gamma disc. And all I need to do is just take the face plates out, which is very hard of it to do, but I think unlike the Metal Sonic and Super Sonic video I did, I was able to get the front plate off very easy. I'm kind of glad that Gamma is included, just because, again, he's one of those characters that hardly gets merchandise, even from the only main series game he appeared in was in Sonic Adventure. I know a lot of people corrected me, because I once did like a prediction video about what Wave 3 might look like, and a lot of people were like correcting me that, oh no, Gamma appeared in more games, but if you're talking about the main series canon Sonic games, he only appeared in Sonic Adventure. Like, I was already aware of that. So this is what the disc looks like. I think this is the only time I ever liked a disc, because I'm not really a big fan of those discs, because basically what you do is just you can put it out on display, or you can just like roll them, but like I don't really think that they were really needed for these bendable figures. In fact, I think it would have been better if they did not include them, because they would have been a lot cheaper, like maybe $5 or $6. But this is actually a cool disc that I definitely actually like. So now let's take a look at the figure. Oh no, this figure doesn't have a head. Nah, I'm just kidding. He actually does have a head. Let me just put it back on here. There we go. So here is the complete Dr. Eggman, Dr. Robotnik bendable figure. Yeah, of course, I forgot to mention the head is on a ball joint. And the sculpt on this figure is amazing. I actually was originally going to skip this figure, just because he wasn't in the size I wanted him to be, and probably would just get the Toy Island Eggman instead. But I'm actually glad I did not went with that route, because this figure, like seeing this figure in hand and in person, the sculpt on this guy is just amazing. I mean, I definitely will still get the Toy Island Eggman eventually to scale with my Sonic bendies, but at least this figure looks amazing, and he could work on a different Sonic Toyland display, as I'll demonstrate later. Here's the bottom of his feet. There's a copyright date that says... never mind. Copyright dates are not important. Yeah, the details on them, so amazing. I just kind of want to warn you, when you're going to be moving this figure or playing with him, his mustache is very loose, like extremely loose. So please make sure you do not break it, because I'm pretty sure I'll see more Eggman figures in like 20 years with even more broken mustaches than with broken wires. And speaking of wires, he's not the most posable. I mean, he's not going to be able to pose well, if you want, to move this guy in the elbows, but he does pose well, when you move him around, but he's not, but not by a long shot. I mean, you could definitely get him into T-pose. And of course, his feet, I'd say his feet are the more posable side of things, just because they're a lot skinnier. And like I mentioned before, this figure's not in the best scale when it comes to, looking good compared to the other figures. Let me just get Supersonic out and I'll show you why. Because I'm pretty sure Dr. Eggman should be a little bit bigger than that. I mean, that scale's not gonna work. But there are some figures that work really well with the Jakks specific Eggman figure, and you might be familiar with me if you know what I'm talking about. If you've seen the official character height chart, you can see that Eggman towers over Sonic and Tails, so he's actually in scale with the 3-inch Sonic figures from Jazzwares and Tomy. Yeah, that scale actually works. I mean, Tomy was originally going to be releasing a metal play pack that would contain classic and modern versions of Amy and Dr. Robotnik, but they never happened, and I'm not so sure if they will happen. The lead designer of the line he doesn't work for Tomy anymore, and I got in touch with him, and he said that even though Tomy apparently lost a US license for Sonic, there might be a slight chance that the Tomy Sonic line may continue overseas, like in the UK or any European regions. It might not be true. I mean, only time will tell if we can ever get a hold of the 2020 Tomy catalog, because I definitely would love to see what Tomy has to offer in 2020. Not just for Sonic, but just like, for their other licenses. So yeah, so the Tomy Eggman figure did not happen, but I think this figure does kind of make up for it, because he is definitely really in good scale with the Tomy figures. There is the Jazzwares Eggman figure, and that is actually a great figure as well, but to be honest, his face actually has something to be desired. I think the face on the Jakks specific figure looks better. In fact, I think the figure itself kind of looks actually better. So yeah, so I'm definitely, instead of displaying Eggman with the other Sonic Bendies I have, I think I'm going to display Eggman with the Tomy, well, my 3-inch figures. It's a little too dark to see, but I have a flashlight, so yeah, so this is what my 3-inch side, the modern side of the 3-inch figures looks like. And I really like... Yeah, I mean, like, the Eggman Bendable figure definitely works way better with the Jazzwares and Tomy figures than he does with the Jakks figures. So, if you were disappointed with Tomy not releasing the Eggman metal play pack, or if you can't just get a hold of the Jazzwares Eggman figure because of how expensive he is, and it's hard to find one in really good shape, then get the Jakks specific Eggman figure, because he looks amazing. I mean, like even on camera... he's like shining up all, the whole display just because of how great he is. Especially since I think Dr. Eggman's probably my favorite Sonic character. So yeah, so even though he doesn't scale the best with his own line, he does kind of work with the 3-inch figures, not to mention he has a great sculpt. So I think I give Dr. Eggman an A-. So thank you for watching.